Hey, what's up, everybody? Jim Flanagan here for 239 Hockey, and we're about to kick off Season 17, the draft tonight in just a little while. But right now, I want to just go over some of the players here in this draft pool here for Season 17. Some of the top players who I feel will be going in this draft by position, by part-time, full-time, rookies, sleepers, you name it here. So let's start things off here first. Take a look at the goaltenders. My top 5 goaltenders here in Season 17. Number 5, I got to go with Sir Puffington. This guy had a tremendous season here for Season 16. 5 shutouts, a 1.92 goal against average, and 82.3 save percentage. A great comeback season here for Sir Puffington, who's been a force a couple seasons ago. He's back to his full force again, and look for him to try to continue that momentum here for Season 17. Number 4, gotta be Bills. Bills 39, tremendous goalie, tremendous performance last season, especially with the teams he played on. He played on 2 separate teams, and neither of those teams made the playoffs. So you could just imagine the team that he was working with did not have a great win percentage, but he did maintain a 80 save percentage, and that is why he's on this list. The only con I have here against Bills, we got Hergsy as a captain, so Bills might go for a lot of money here in this draft because the dude will pay whatever it takes to get this guy on his team. Number 3, it's Superstar. And listen, you could go to the site, you could check the stats. I know his stats are not great, but here's the thing, the reason why he's on this list, the man steals games. Whether it's a game, whether it's a series, and he does that where you take a look at a team who has no business being in that game and ends up winning. And this is the reason why I look for him to have a good season here for 17. And, he's full time on here. And look for Superstars to step his game up here for NHL 21. Number 2, it's the line, no question here. The GOAT of 239. This guy single-handedly eliminated some of the top teams in the last 2 seasons, whether playing defense, whether playing goalie, but there's no question he's going to be drafted as a goaltender. That's where he pretty much, shines on here. Not that he's a bad defenseman, but just a goalie. They don't name him the GOAT for nothing. And then number 1, B. Cripps. No questions here. Check this guy's career stats. 51 shutouts. He's got over 4,000 saves, a 84.1 save percentage. No question here. He's back in the draft pool, and look for him to go for a lot of bots here this season. All right, moving forward here, let's take a look at the forwards. Now, I broke this down to the top 10. Just there's so many forwards. Plus, we're looking at both wingers and the center, not just one position. So, at number 10, what about Sober? Sober cracking the top 10 list here for me. He had tremendous 2 seasons here, season 15 and season 16, 2 back-to-back seasons where he put up 102 goals combined in those seasons. Last season, he led the team in most goals, and he's the you might call the Cal Ripken of 239 Hockey. Hasn't missed a season yet here, and he's back for season 17, dedicated. Score, a guy that's not afraid to shoot the puck. Sober. Number 9, Ian the Barbarian. Listen, a lot of guys like this guy as a defenseman. I love this guy as a forward. I wish he played forward for us last season. He is this season, and look for him to go big in this draft here. I like him here at number 9. Moving on to number 8, it's Dangles HD. Always a top 10 forward in any draft here. Whatever season, whatever NHL we're playing here. And don't take any fake imposters, among us here. Dangles HD, the real Dangles, the only Dangles in 239. Number 7, well, toxic. Listen, Schwartz, whatever you may want to call him, had a tremendous season. You know, when this guy was on the ice, his team was doing well. When he wasn't playing as a part-time player, that team looked awful. So he made the team look real good. He was a plus 14 last season, and guess what? He's playing full-time here this season. Definitely on the top 10. Moving on here next is Power Kill. Now, whether you love the guy or hate the guy, you know, you gotta respect his play style. Tremendous center, but will play other positions equally well on here. Definitely a guy put up great numbers last season as well. Now the top 5 here. No questions here, guys. Mr. Anderson, the guy eats, sleeps, drinks 239. Easily top 5. And this guy not only is a great forward, but he plays all 6 positions, including goalie on here, and he plays all of them equally well. Number 4, Sauce Walker. Listen, there were some questions coming in last season whether this guy was the real deal or not, but now it's been a season after season where he's put up great numbers. 65 goals, 108 assists, 173 points in the last 2 seasons. I mean, come on. Top 4, definitely. Number 3, I don't even need to give you guys a breakdown here. It's SBDR, and you know, easily could be the number 1 here. My number 1, actually. You know, if I was to break it down here, I think he's the best forward in this draft pool. Great general on the ice, and just knows what he's doing. And listen, you may look at his numbers, you may look at his performance the last 2 seasons, but he's been a part-time both of those seasons. Now he's coming in as full-time, and when he does that, the man is serious. He's coming to play. He's coming in here for the cup. Number 3, SBDR, without a question. Number 2, Mashat Pa. Mr. Mosh Topa, call him what you want here. Season 16 champion, rookie, with the most goals in the season, that went for a lot of money last season. And, you know, coming in here now, season number 2 for him. He's even go for a lot more than he did last season. So look for him. Definitely top 2. But my number 1 here, it's going to be surprise me. And this guy, just the numbers here is just outclassed here. Anybody, I mean, look at his career stats. 1,039 points, 541 goals on the career. And the guy's not afraid to shoot the puck. Over 2,000 shots in his career. 83 game-winning goals. And his hits is just, you can't compare it to anybody. I mean, it's just nasty. 2,539. Surprised me. Look, without Cosmic EA, without Jelly, you know, and with Demar not playing forward, he's got to be the top forward here for this draft. I see him going top 3 nominations here early in this season. Let's move on here next to the defensemen. Speaking about defense, number 5, Epic. You know, Epic played forward last season, won a cup as a forward. You know, surprised a lot of guys. But we all know his main position is defense, and he's got it on his draft sheet. So I think that's where he's getting picked here. Definitely a top 5 here, especially knowing the fact, you know, a lot of these defensemen are not playing this season or are not playing defense. You know, you got captains Yambag, Odd Guy, our captain, so they're not in the draft pool. Drug Monkey's not playing D. Brick ain't playing D. Dolly and Sidu are not playing this season. BLK's not playing D. Rondon Volante's not playing D. Rev Hellcat's not on draft pool. X Daly's retired. Derek Ginard's not here. So, you know, Epic definitely makes the top 5. Number 4, without a question, Marty McFly. Listen, you guys may hate or like this, but look, Marty McFly's best position on the ice is defense. I don't care what he says. I don't care what anybody says out there, and what the media, what the league, what the admins. Listen, Marty McFly's best position is defense. No questions. And that's what's on this draft pool. That's what he's going to pick, and that's what he's going to be playing here this season. Top four, maybe even better. Number three, Hall of Fame. New guy here, has now been here for the past two seasons and has just done a phenomenal job. Especially with the partners that he had to play with. Match him up with somebody really on top of his game, man. I think he's going to excel even more. So tremendous player. I think he only played like 24 games or something last season. Still put up a lot great numbers. Just very tough to go against. Number two, a comeback player here, Pogs. Pogs, was just shut down defenseman. And listen, he might have gotten a little bit older, man, but he still got it. Trust me, the man still has it. We'll be bringing you here in 239. And he's been gone for quite some time, but he's been playing other leagues. But this is where Pog shines at 239. He's always had great seasons, and I don't see season 17 being any different. But number one is going to be Dean Mart. Listen, the guy wins championships. He's even posted them on the Discord channel. The number of trophies, championship belts this guy has. People don't even have fingers or toes. That's how much championships he has. And look, the D in D Mart stands for one thing, and that's defense. Don't get fooled here that he's playing defense. Do not draft this guy. No, he's a great defenseman. He's still gonna put up points on here. It's not like D Mart is the all-time scorer leader. He's the number one assist leader in this league. So playing defense, it's not gonna matter here. He's still gonna get the puck. To find someone to get that puck into the net, and when he has to step up, get you that game-winning goal, he's gonna do it. And he's got the best plus and minus in the league for career, a plus 340. Wow. So, I mean, do the math here, guys. Moving on next, let's take a look at some of these rookies. Let's expose some of these. My top five rookies. Number five, Rapid Calf. Recruited here by Hergsy. I've seen a couple games with this guy. He hasn't played much scouting games that I've seen, but the games that I've seen, this guy's tremendous. Now, I don't know if it was a one-time deal, one-night thing, but if he plays like that on a nightly basis, this guy could be a Caldor winner. I mean, this guy, well, you'll see. You'll see season 17. He's on my list, top five. And wait till season 17 starts. And Jim Flanagan is no fool. Number four, Cobb. There's a bunch of guys coming in here, new players. There's a group of squad on here. And this is the man that leads the pack here. Great forward, tremendous forward. Will put up a lot of points here this season. Usually these guys with these one name, like Cobb, Pogs, whatever, they don't suck. So, Number three, Kane 88. Listen, when you name yourself after Kane 88, after the Chicago Blackhawks, great defenseman. He's been around a long time, not in 239, but he's been around, and just a solid defenseman. Easily could be number one here for me. Number two, Levens. Listen, where this guy's coming from, where he's been recruited from, we've had superstars such as Drug Monkey, such as X Daily, Mashat Pa recently. They've all came, no regret skis. They've all came from the same place where Levens is, which he has been dominant there. And usually when they transition from that league coming in here, they're pretty good. And I don't see Levens being any different here. Look for him to shine here season 17. Definitely one of the go-to guys here as a rookie. But number one, Cougar Hunter. That's right, Cougar Hunter. Hey, I love me some Cougars as well. I married one, even if it's a couple months, but still. And Just look at the guy that he's been recruited by, SBDR. And what that stands for, Stevie Best Draft Recruiter. That's right. Listen, this guy does not hang around with bums. This guy, surrounds himself with winners, with champions. And Cougar Hunter has been doing so in other leagues. He's coming in here 239. And watch out. Number one rookie here for me. You guys will see in a little while. And now, the thing about rookies, when you're drafting one of these guys, you got to understand, hey, they're going to end up like a Costa, cycle last season, who just flat out, got put in his place by Toxic and never to be seen again, Could it be something like Annihilator years ago, Or you might hit a gold spot here with something like Mosh, rookie season winning the belt. So that's one thing to consider with the rookies. You take the dice, you roll it. Some of these guys they may have great numbers other leagues. Maybe they've played or are playing with a squad that they know. Now you're coming into a league here where a lot of these guys know each other, know the game style, know the play style here. Can they adapt? We'll find out shortly. Moving on here on the part-timers. Top five. Number 5, C-Dub, captain last season, went all the way to the finals. Tremendous player, can play forward or can play D for you. He's only part-time, but hey, you see Dub's name on there. I see him going for a lot of money. Number 4, Croy Don Knight. This guy, I wish he played full-time, but he's only part-time. Tremendous player, just a guy that you don't want to go up against, man. As a goaltender, you fear when a guy like this is on the ice because he'll find it. He'll find it back in the net. Great pick here for number 4. Number 3, Dominator Silva. Tremendous player all around, versatile, can play any position for you. So, and it's great having a guy like this on part-time as far as rotation-wise goes, as far as fixing him in when you bring on another part-time or to fill another spot, he could play anywhere for you. So, number 2, the season champ, Rondon Volante, and previous season going in number 1 in that snake draft. I know he's only playing center, but listen, he plays center better than most, if not all, in this league. Part-time player, he's good for 4. That's good enough for me. And then number 1, Wizzy War. Look, you want to make it to the finals. This guy's a shoo-in. Automatic. Your team will be in the finals. You pick this guy up. He's done so last season. He did that the season before. He's always put himself there. Come playoff time, this guy shows up. Tremendous defenseman and a great part-time pickup here. Another list I have here is some sleepers who I think maybe usually go for a lot less than they should, or maybe overlooked a bit here. Number 5, Gala. I played with this guy last season. For some reason, the captain decided to sit this guy out. One of the best player, if not the best player on the squad. So he didn't play as much again. I think he played like 17 games last season. Didn't really showcase him, but as a tremendous player, I think. With that said, he may sneak in there as a sleeper pick and go for a lot less than he should. Next guy is Tricky. Tricky is a solid goaltender, and I think he's better than half the goalies in this draft pool. But he easily could go for a buck on the dollar menu. And if you're looking for a goalie and you don't want to spend a lot on a goaltender, this is your guy here. Tricky, tremendous player in that. Number 3, Mr. Tough. He only went for a lousy $1 last season as a rookie. Now, I'm not saying he's going to go for $1 again, but I still feel he's going to go low, a lot lower than some of these players, just because of the amount of forwards in this draft pool, the amount of players on this list. I think somehow he falls down. to that category. Next, number two, Anthrax. Anthrax has been tremendous season after season. Quiet guy, doesn't really talk much in the Discord, so I don't know if that is a deal with it. Maybe his attitude or whatnot. But you don't hear much about this guy. But tremendous player. Look at his stats, man. Last season, 103 points for the guy. Season before that, 93 points. So I mean, the guy's averaging almost 100 points a season, and but for some reason, nobody really lists him as. I didn't even list him as a top 10 on my list. So and look for him to be a sleeper here this season. And then number one, who's been a sleeper season after season now, and that's Ozzy. Whether it was the snake draft, him going into like round number 3, which should be at least round 2, if not round 1 pick. And then last season, going for a very low amount as well. Just a guy that, I don't know, people don't want to take a shot or don't outbid, but tremendous player. Definitely a top 10 forward in this league. But draft pool wise, not so much. And then lastly off here, just some question marks I have in this draft. I didn't know where to fit them or categorize them because of a couple things. Maybe the way they signed up or maybe the position they're playing on here. So it was very tough to do. Number 5, running duck butter. He's been gone for quite some time. He's only part-time and his availability on there is questionable. Solid defenseman. Does he still have it as a part-time player? How much is he really going to go for? I'm not sure. That's why I got him here on this list. Next up, Notorious Figo. And speaking about availability, this guy has it highlighted in red. You can't miss it on there. It's for a reason. So, with that being said, you got a guy with availability like this. How much is he really going to go for? He could really full drop down here in this draft, I think. Let's see who tries to pick him up. Number 3 is Finney. I thought Finney had a great, tremendous season last season. 80 points for him in season 16. But he's back to the part-time role. And is that going to affect his stock here on the draft? I really wish he played forward again and get that momentum from last season because I thought he played real well. But as a part-time player, is he gonna go on the dollar menu? Something like this could easily happen to a guy like this. We'll see. So he's a question mark for me. Number 2, Brick City. Yep, he's playing goalie on here now. He's won cups. He's won different titles on there, different positions. So can he do it? Absolutely. But. How much are captains really going to want to spend or bid on Brick City as a goaltender only? Time will tell on here. Listen, No Regretskis came in last season, usually a forward, and just killed it in goaltender. Will Brick City follow that same footstep, do the same thing here this season? We're going to see. And then number 1, Hugh Laurie. I mean, this guy hasn't been here for God knows how long. Usually was a top 5 pick in the draft regardless. Is he going to end up being something like X Daily or Esoteric, last season where, they went for a lot but they didn't produce, is Hugh Laurie going to produce or, is he going to go for a lot of money here or is somebody going to pick him up for very low amount? We'll find out all that and more here, season 17. That does it here for me. Let me know what you guys think about those. Agree, disagree. What are some of your top lists on there, position-wise, playing-wise, part-time, rookies, whatever it may be. If not, see you guys 9 p.m. Eastern tonight. All those questions will be answered. Jim Flanagan. See you guys tonight.